Greetings. This is Gangstalking Manual Official. Life is good, life is great, and life is better, and I am enjoying life. Empowered individuals, you want to know what's the greatest secret to defeating the gangstalking attack? It's simple. It was right in front of your face the whole time. Live your life. Enjoy your life. That is the greatest secret to defeating the gangstalking attack. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go to another tactic that is very important in also defeating the gangstalking attack. Here it is. Now, this tactic is very important and vital in order to defeat the gangstalking attack and to acquire the strength in order to move forward and live your life fruitful, plentiful, and enjoy it. This tactic will help shatter and cripple the psychological grip that the gangstalking attack has on you. And that tactic is to get rid of the Stockholm syndrome or the Stockholm mentality. Yes, I'm going to repeat this again. You must get rid of the Stockholm syndrome and the Stockholm mentality that the gangstalkers try to put on you. Now, Stockholm syndrome is when you sympathize with those who hold you hostage or abuse you. And through this gangstalking attack, they are trying to trick you into making you think that this gangstalking attack, this evil abuse is good for you or it is helping you. And I'm going to tell you now, that is not true. This gangstalking attack is trying to destroy you if you don't have the proper knowledge to understand what it is. But now I'm telling you this. Anything that the gangstalkers do to you or for you is not to help you. It is to make you sympathize with them, so therefore you would actually help them destroy you. So you must get rid of the Stockholm syndrome and the Stockholm mentality in order to remove the psychological leash from your mind that the gangstalkers have put on you. Yes, you will remove the psychological leash that the gangstalkers have put on your mind. You will remove it. And this is how the gangstalkers put this psychological leash or Stockholm syndrome in your mind. First of all, the gangstalkers will use your own belief and ideological structures in order to help them justify their evil attack on you. So basically, like for example, if you're a religious or spiritual person, they will use some of your beliefs or knowledge to trick you in order to think that this attack on you is coming from whatever religious or spiritual entity or deity you worship. And that is not true, because there are a lot of disinformation agents and fake empowered individuals online trying to trick the real spiritual and the real religious empowered individuals that this attack is coming from a higher power. Me, myself, I am a spiritual person, but I know for sure that this is not coming from God or a higher power. This is coming from evil people who are doing this attack, and they will try to trick you into making you think that this is coming from God or higher power. And they know which arguments, which religious or spiritual arguments to use in order to help them trying to trick you that this attack is good for you. Because these gangstalkers, they do their research on each individual type to attack them. Like if you're religious or if you're a Christian, they will try to trick you and say, well, what about the story Job? Because this is the devil, attacking Job because God did this. They know about that. Or they will try to trick you and say it's good to suffer because it's in the Bible. So they would use your own religious beliefs and ideologies to trick you into making you think that this is God or higher power attacking you. For the record, I'm going to tell you that this is not God or higher power attacking you. This is evil people trying to take advantage of your belief systems and to trick you, to make you think that this is God doing it. Because I'm a spiritual person, and from my spiritual practices, now you don't have to have the same spiritual practices like me, but God is not death. God is not destruction. God is love. God is peace. God is abundance. God is everything that is good. This gang stalking attack is death, destruction, and evil. So this is not coming from God or a higher power or whatever you worship. This attack is evil. And then these gang stalkers would even be more evil and tell you, well, God works in mysterious ways. Who are you to say how God operates? Well, at the same time, who are you, you evil gang stalker, to try to play or act like God? And the fact that you have to use technology, you have to use tons of groups of people, and you also have to use state resources and powers. So you are not God. You are trying to play God, and then you are trying to trick truly religious and spiritual people into thinking that this is coming from God. So that's how you know these gang stalkers are evil, and that's why you must get rid of the Stockholm syndrome and the Stockholm mentality. You do not owe these gang stalkers anything. You do not have to feel sorry for them. You do not owe them anything. So please, if you're a religious or spiritual empowered individual, please fortify your spirituality or your religious practices, and do not let them trick you into this belief. Remember, understand your religious and spiritual practices and beliefs for what they really are, and do not let the gang stalkers tamper with them. Also, people who are into the New Age movement or who are into metaphysics, do not let the gang stalkers trick you into making you think that the gang stalking attack is some sign from the universe or a lesson from the universe in order to help you. Do not let the gang stalkers trick you into doing that. This gang stalking attack is actually here to help hinder you from reaching spiritual enlightenment or mental enlightenment. So do not embrace this gang stalking attack, and because they could trick you into making you think that, oh, this is a sign from the universe and this gang stalking attack is here to help you. No, it is there to hinder you. So if you're really a real empowered individual and you're really into the New Age or metaphysics or spiritual enlightenment, do not let the gang stalkers give you the definition of spiritual enlightenment, or let them tamper with your spiritual enlightenment or the process of spiritual enlightenment or holistic well-being. Please take that into note. Also, empowered individuals, one thing the gang stalkers will try to do is psychologically wear you out, so in turn you would actually sympathize or think what the gang stalkers are doing is right. And that's the trick into the evilness. That's why they would actually go very aggressive, like for the first year and a half or 2 years, with the psychological attacks and the gang stalking attack. And in turn, it would wear you out, and then you would probably think, well, I probably did something in order to receive this evil attack, which is not true. That's why they do it for so long. And they would also use directed conversation into tricking you to make you think that, oh, you did something. Or they will capitalize on an incident from your past. Like, say if you bumped into somebody by mistake, they're going to trick you into making you think that this is the reason why they're doing this. And that's not true, and that's very stupid. Why would they have helicopters, police, ambulance, and groups of people follow you just because you bump into a person? And that's how they trick you also into making you think that they're doing it for a good reason. So please get that out your mind. Break that psychological leash. It's not working anymore. Gang stalkers, you are losing greatly. Also, one way the gang stalkers will try to reinforce their Stockholm syndrome or Stockholm mentality on you is to try to act like your friend, or they will try to act like they could give you whatever you want or whatever you desire. And to me, in my opinion, that is very evil, because here's the thing about it. Some of y'all used to be employed. So when you were employed, you were able to provide for yourself. And what some of these gang stalkers will do is try to get you fired from your job or leave you in financial ruin. So you are able at one point, or you still are able to provide for yourself. But say after they got you fired from your job or financially destabilized, then they will try to act like they could give you what you want or what you need. But you were able to do that for yourself, and you still can do that for yourself. So what this evil trick is trying to do is trying to make you give up your autonomy. Your autonomy is the ability for you to act independently for yourself. So they're trying to trick you like they could give you what you want or what you like. I explained that in Gangstalking, Targeted in America, Just the Facts. I think it was part 1, part 2, or part 3. So don't fall for this. When they try to act like they could give you what you want, like if you're alone, they would actually study what type of person you like and parade that person around you. Or they will have these little skits or street theater where they would buy you something, and the person at the cash register will say, "Oh, it's on the house." See? So they would, and that's how they increase the Stockholm syndrome. And this evil tactic is a way to make you give up your autonomy or act independently. And also, this will make you psychologically regress into a state where you are less independent. So please do not fall for this. Also, in Gangstalking, Targeted in America, Just the Facts, Part 3, I explain how to deal with financial problems and how to generate solutions to solve your financial problems. So I'm not just talking about the problem. I also have solutions to generate for every problem that the Gangstalking attack brings to your life. Also, there has been a surge on fake empowered individuals. Yes, there have been fake empowered individuals spreading disinformation about the Gangstalking attack in order to enforce the Stockholm syndrome or the Stockholm mentality on real, genuine, empowered individuals. Now, I'm not going to call them fake empowered individuals right away, but there are two scenarios. Either they're real, genuine, empowered individuals who have received some false information about the Gangstalking attack and reported it by mistake and error and did not know, or there actually are real disinformation agents spreading this form of misinformation in order to confuse real and genuine empowered individuals. Like they would say the Gangstalking attack is there to help you, or the Gangstalking attack is good for you, or you did something in order to deserve this Gangstalking attack, which is not true. Well, first of all, that is not true. But first, let me tell you fake disinformation agents something. You will suffer a fate that will be worse than the actual gangstalkers if you are intentionally spreading disinformation. I tell you that right now. And again, that is not true. You do not deserve to be gangstalk. Nobody in a free land or free country do not deserve to be gangstalk. Because think about it. If you really did something bad and they know you come to this area every Thursday, then how come they haven't sent police or FBI to come to arrest you at that place that you come to every Thursday? They don't send no police to say, hey, you're under arrest and we got a warrant for your arrest. Instead, they send perps and lowlives. Yes, I am laughing because it is funny. This Gangstalking attack, I got results. I actually applied my knowledge from Gangstalking targeted in America just the facts, part 1, part 2, and part 3 in my life, and I actually got results. That's why I literally, like, the gang stalking attack is shattered. It's obliterated. So think about it. If you really did something, how come they haven't knocked on your door to say you're under arrest? Police or FBI or whatever law enforcement agency. Instead, they send lowlives, perps, these community groups. They even use criminals, people who should be investigated, and street gangs to harass you. Does that make sense? So you haven't done anything. There's something called due process. They have to take you to court. If you did something, they would arrest you and take you to court. They wouldn't covertly harass you, because that only proves that they have nothing on you. If they have to covertly harass you in order to make someone lash out and then trick society who is not informed about this gang stalking attack that, hey, he did something, but one thing they're not mentioning is that they actually covertly provoked and agitate you in order to do something. They'll just claim plausible deniability. So do not believe that. You did not do nothing. This gang stalking attack is not here to help you, and it's not going to help you benefit. This gang stalking attack, it's not here for your benefit or well-being. It's only death and destruction, covertly done. And they know it's evil. That's why they're doing it covertly. They can't do it out in the open. So please, you do not owe the gang stalkers anything. Also, do not let these government intelligence agencies and law enforcement agencies trick you into making you think that you did something bad in order to receive this gang stalking attack. Yes, I'm going to repeat this to you empowered individuals. These people are masters in psychological warfare. They understand in order to destroy somebody psychologically, you also got to trick them and make them think that they did something bad. So do not feel sorry for these high level people in the gang stalking attack. And when I mean high level, I mean like the planners, the coordinators, and the people who manage the gang stalking attack on the highest levels. You do not owe them anything. These are the evilest people. They're psychopaths. They're narcissistic. They are truly evil. They do not care for you. They just see you like a problem or an object, and they're getting a lot of money from the federal government in order to conduct this attack, and you haven't done anything. So these are truly evil people. They do not see you as a human being. They see you as a cash cow or an opportunity. And do not let them trick you into sympathizing with them. You'll never get to see these people because these people are never on the field. Also, these high level people on the gang stalking attack, these people, they also work in private corporations that get contracts from the federal government. Yes, so they're making a lot of money from harassing and abusing you. And at the end of the day, these people, they're cowards. Because if you go on YouTube and look up revenge for hire, these people, yes, they get paid to harass and abuse people. They get paid. And these people are really private investigators. Now, I'm not saying all private investigators engage in this, but these people who do revenge for hire, they're basically private investigators. So they are trained also in psychological warfare. And I saw a video, and this guy who was one of these people who works for these revenge for hire companies, he was afraid to show his face online because he said he ruined a lot of people's lives. So, and this is why you don't feel sorry or sympathize for people like that, because he know what he's doing is evil, and if he showed his face, then the same thing will happen to him. But he deserves it because he's done it to other people, and he's done it to innocent people who he ruined their lives, as he stated. Now, I'm paraphrasing. I'm not going to tell you which video is this. If you want to, you could go look it up online. So there are people and companies They get contracted by the government to do this type of work, and they're not bounded by the law, so they will be more ruthless and evil. So say if the government wanted somebody to do, if the government wanted to do something very evil to you, they will always have the criminal element who they could pay, or these private intelligence companies to do the dirty work for them, and they'll do it anonymously and they won't get caught. So please, you do not owe these people anything. Also, the gang stalkers, I'm going to tell you, empowered individuals, for the final time, you do not owe the gang stalkers anything, and you do not have, and you must break the Stockholm syndrome or the Stockholm mentality from your mind. Remove the psychological leash from your mind. Remember, the gang stalkers, one evil trick they're trying to do is trying to trick you into making you think that they are helping you. That is not true. They're not trying to help you. Because think about it. How they're trying to help you by depriving you of sleep. Yes, a lot of empowered individuals have complained about sleep deprivation. So think about it. When they deprive you of sleep for like a year or 2 years straight, they're resting their evil head, getting a full night of rest. Think about that. So how's that helping you? Because when you don't get no sleep, that could actually increase your rate of heart attack, that could reduce your brain function, and that could cause health problems in the future. So how is deteriorating your health helping you when they deprive you of sleep? Remember, these evil people are getting a full night of rest while they're using noise campaigns or directed energy weapons, or just stressing you out to make you have trouble sleeping. So that does not help. And also, you don't owe the gang stalkers anything. So sometimes they may use directed conversation to trick you and say, if you do this, we'll stop doing the gang stalking attack. That is not true. Do not do anything. So you don't owe them anything. So don't let them trick you into doing that. You do not owe them anything. Gang stalkers, your psychological leash is being removed from the empowered individual's mind. You are losing. You are being crippled. You are being shattered. And I do not care about you, because you do not care about these innocent people who were minding their own business. You do not owe them anything. I'm going to explain how. Now, I'm going to explain why you do not have to sympathize with the gang stalkers or feel sorry for them. Now, here's the reason why. Think about it. If you had a tumor in your body, are you going to say, I feel sorry for the tumor? Because here's the thing about a tumor does not feel sorry for you. If the tumor is the size of a grape, and then when it turns into the size of a bowling ball and causes cancer around your body, ask yourself, does the tumor feel sorry for you? No, it doesn't, because it's going to lead to cancer and kill you. And that's what the gang stalking attack is trying to be like in your life. It is trying to be a cancer that attacks your life on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, psychological, financial, and social. So do not give this gang stalking attack the opportunity to override and hijack your life. This gang stalking attack is sort of like a psychological cancer. Get rid of it while it has no effect on you, or use this knowledge to kill this cancer of an attack. And also, think about it. If a rapist was raping the rape victim, would you tell the rape victim to feel sorry for the rapist? The rapist probably had a bad day, so let the rapist rape you for 5 more minutes. Would you tell a rape victim that? Exactly, no. Because the rapist is trying to violate the rape victim. And that's sort of like the gang stalking attack. A lot of people had said being gang stalked is like being mentally raped, psychological rape. So rape is evil. Would you sympathize with a rapist? Exactly. Would you? So that's why do not sympathize or help the gang stalkers in attacking you. They got some evil psychological tricks, man. I'm telling you this because I love you. Yes, every empowered individual. I love all of you. And I seen some videos from a long time ago of people crying like this attack is very evil. And I'm sure the gang stalkers, the one on the high levels, like the one who plan these attacks and coordinate these attacks and decide how they're going to attack the empowered individuals, they watch these videos too because they want to refine their attack. So they're watching these innocent people complain and cry about how bad this attack is. So I do not sympathize or feel sorry for them. My knowledge is the spear that will shatter and cripple these gang stalking tactics, and I do not feel sorry or sympathize for them. So my gift to you, empowered individuals, out of love, is for you to utilize these tactics and remove that psychological leash and that Stockholm mentality from your mind. Also, another reason why you should remove the psychological leash of the gang stalking attack from your mind is that, think about it, these gang stalkers do not even care for the innocent people who get affected by the gang stalking attack too. Because think about it, these people use children. Yes, it is true, they use children to gang stalk you. And these are the same people who say, it's 10 o'clock, do you know where your children are? Or we care for your children. But they use children to help in the gang stalking attack. And they also use disabled people. Yes, they use disabled people in the gang stalking attack too. And these are the same people who say, oh, we care about disabled people. Now, according to these evil gang stalkers, they make up lies and say empowered individuals are like violent or mentally unstable. But if we're mentally unstable or violent, then why would you use children and disabled people to get involved in the gang stalking attack if we're quote unquote violent or unstable, which is not true? So you see, they don't even care for the innocent people. And think about it, if these gang stalkers really cared, then ask yourself, did they care about those 12 people that Aaron Alexis allegedly killed? Yes. I mean, think about it. They stress somebody out to the point where they would do something they usually would not do. So do these gang stalkers, yes, the ones at the highest level, the planners, the coordinators. Yes, I'm talking to you, you evil planners and coordinators of the gang stalking attack. Do you feel sorry for the 12 victims that Aaron Alexis allegedly killed? No, you do not. Because you have agendas and you know how to manipulate people in order to get your agenda across, and you do not care. You don't care about anybody. Ask empowered individuals, ask yourself, do these gang stalkers, did they feel sorry for Myron Mays, or did they feel sorry for Myron Mays when they harassed him to the point where they made him lash out because he thought that was the only solution to escape the pain and the agony from the gang stalking attack? And empowered individuals, ask yourself again, did they feel sorry for Gavin Long or the victims that Gavin Long allegedly shot and killed, which were 3 police officers? You see, they didn't feel sorry for those 3 police officers that Gavin Long allegedly killed. Yes, I said allegedly, because remember, we get our information from a media that lies. Because think about it, they also have police officers engaged in the gang stalking. So police officers, if you're listening right now, these people who plan these gang stalking attacks on the highest level, they do not even feel sorry for you too. And now there was a lady called Miriam Carey who allegedly crashed her car into the White House. And then there was this other guy who shot up the airport in Fort Lauderdale, I think his name was Santiago, they never claim they were being gang stalked, but they claim they heard voices in their head. So think about it. A grown man goes into the FBI building in Anchorage, Alaska, saying the CIA is putting voices in my head. And so he was begging for help. And then the FBI put him in a mental institution, took his gun away from him, and then gave him back his gun. And then he allegedly went to the airport in Florida and allegedly shot 5 people. So that goes to show you that these people do not care about the innocent people who get hurt or affected by the gang stalking attack. They don't feel sorry about the innocent empowered individuals or the alleged victims that get hurt in this attack. So these high level people in the gang stalking attack, they don't feel sorry for anybody. That is pure evil. That's why I do not sympathize or do not help them with the attack. Another reason why you should break the psychological grip of the gang stalking attack from your mind is because of 9/11. Yes, September 11th. Remember when the 2 planes hit the World Trade Center in New York City? On that same day, they showed the pictures. Yes, they showed the pictures of the 19 alleged hijackers. Now, here's the thing about it though. Where did they get those pictures of the 19 hijackers and showed them on the same day at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Because if they already had these men pictures on file, that means the government had these men, they had their pictures on record. So here's the thing about that though. How come these men were not in the quote unquote gang stalking program? I mean, and they can't say we don't have the resources to watch them, because by gang stalking empowered individuals, they prove that they could watch somebody for 24 hours, 7 days a week. So ask yourself, how come they weren't watching these 19 alleged hijackers? Because if they were, then there would not be no 9/11. Am I right? So that goes to show that these evil people in the government, they have agendas. Now I know the real narrative of 9/11, but for the sake of the argument, I'm going to show how the government's own narrative of 9/11 contradicts their false facts about it as well. So that's why as an empowered individual, you got to ask yourself, because I'm sure some empowered individuals, they were being gang stalked when that Boston bombing happened at the marathon. So as an empowered individual, you got to ask yourself, how come these guys weren't in the quote unquote gang stalking program? How come they weren't being followed the same way you were being followed and harassed? You see that? So that goes to show you that these evil people in the government, they have agendas, and that this gang stalking program has nothing to do with terrorism. This program has something to do more with setting people up and entrapping them. Because you got to ask yourself, okay, if they're gang stalking me, how come they weren't gang stalking the 19 men who allegedly crashed 2 planes into the World Trade Center? You see? So don't waste your time thinking, oh, maybe I did something in order to deserve this. You did nothing, empowered individual. Live your life, enjoy your life. Understand gang stalking for what it is, not what you think it is. And then acquire information from various YouTube videos to help you acquire knowledge on how to defeat, shatter, and live your life, so this gang stalking attack won't try to overtake you or overcome you. And yes, gang stalking can be defeated. They are already defeated. That's why as a last attempt, these coward gang stalkers, they put out a surge of disinformation on the internet in order to discredit empowered individuals, but it's failed, because there are true, genuine empowered individuals putting out this real information that's helping other empowered individuals, and also letting the public know that this is a real attack. Yeah, it's real, it's not fake. So we're empowered individuals. Do not get discouraged on putting out this information. And also, it's not just about putting out information. It's also about putting out information to inspire and motivate other empowered individuals. Because there are some empowered individuals, yes, some who are still like, in a dark corner crying and stuff. I want you to know that there's information out there to help you. Do not cry. Do not cry. There are solutions. There are information to reveal the weakness of this coward gang-stalking attack. It is not powerful. It will be defeated. Yes, on a legal level, individual level, and a group level. But the greatest weapon is to live your life. Remember, these gang stalkers did not give you your life. They did not give you your life. So they have no control over it, empowered individual. It is up to you. Also, I would like for empowered individuals to know that in order to break this evil psychological leash away from your mind, is that these evil gang stalkers, they understand there are various personality types. Yes, the gang stalkers understand there are different personality types, and they know how to attack each personality type. So please, you must understand who you are as well. So that way they will not attack or compromise your personality. Because these people are evil. They understand psychological warfare. They understand personality types. So you must also understand the personality types of these evil people on the highest level of the gang stalking attack, as well to some extent on the lowest level. Yes, they use people who are desperate, people who aren't doing nothing with themselves, and they also use fake and hypocritical people who try to pose as nice out in the open. So through gang stalking targeted in America, just the facts, part 1, part 2, and part 3, I explained this. So I'm not going to go into details about the personality types of these evil people who participate in the gang stalking attack from the highest level to the lowest level. And also, it's been brought to my attention that these evil gang stalkers, they also use directed energy weapons on children. Yes, they use them on children, and that's very evil. And that's why I will never give up the fight in order to stop gang stalking. Because think about it, a 6-year-old or a little 5-year-old is not going to know what a directed energy weapon is. So just imagine a little 3-year-old or a little 5-year-old getting hit with a directed energy weapon. They don't know what that is, so they just think they're feeling pain in their body. So that's very evil. And that's why I do not sympathize or feel sorry for these gang stalkers. And they must be brought to justice. That's why they cannot be forgiven. They cannot be sympathized with. If they're doing that to little children, and this is actually nothing new, because the government has a history of experimenting on children. Yes, it's documented. It's fact. So if they were experimenting on children back in the 1940s and back in the 1950s, what makes you think now in this day and age with today's technology that they won't do it again to children? You see that? So that's very evil. And also, you can also stop gang stalking on a legal on a legal level as well. So you could write letters to Congress and people in politics. You could just write one letter, change the name, and mail it to various political and authoritative agencies in your state. And also work to stop gang stalking on an individual, a group, and a legal and an international level. And also, these gang stalkers, they're also recruiting people. Yes, they're recruiting people now, and they're paying them. Some of them, they're paying them chump change, and some people actually get paid some good money to the point where they don't have to work anymore, and they actually get automobiles and free room and board if they help the government gang stalk. Yes, so this gang stalking thing is also a business, and that's why I told you you're not going to get pity or sympathy from a gang stalker. especially if this gang stalker is paying his bills, getting free automobiles or tax reductions from the government. That's why you must break the Stockholm syndrome and the Stockholm mentality of this gang stalking attack away from your mind, and also break the psychological leash. And also, if you want to contact me, hold on, I'm going to give that information later. Also, I left a few links on the description box below on this video that would help you understand what gang stalking is. That way you could defeat it and live your life. Now, link number 1 is about Zerzettsong. Yes. So that's link number 1. It's about Zerzettsong. And when you read this article, you would realize that this gang stalking thing isn't new. And also, link number 2 is about government gang stalking, and it tells you how these corporate agencies work with the government and military industrial complex, and they do it in secret in this modern day and age. And it will also let you know that this gang stalking thing is real, and it's only being portrayed by the government, but it gets trickled down through the state and local level and gets executed by proxies and lowlives. And also, link number 3 is about MK Ultra. Yes, it really existed. And also, link number 4 is for motivation. Yes, it's a website called Brainy Quotes. They have some good quotes to inspire you about any topic. So if you need some inspiration, I just can't give you information about the gang stalking attack. I also have to give you some motivation. You know, they have some inspirational quotes and stuff like that. So if you want to look at that, which I suggest you do, but if it contradicts with your religious and with your religion and your beliefs, then it's up to you though. But it'll be very helpful. So look up those links. Also, if you want to contact me, my contact information is in Gang Stalking Targeted in America, Just the Facts, Part 1, Part 2, or Part 3. My email and contact information is in those 3 videos, and the rules on how to contact me. Again, if you want to contact me, my contact information is on Gang Stalking Targeted in America, Just the Facts, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. That my email address and my contact information are there, and the rules on how to contact me are there. And also, life is beautiful. Life is great. So please, any empowered individual, please do not do suicide or do not do anything stupid. Life is very beautiful. You see, the gang stalkers from the highest level to the lowest level, they're already dead. Yes, I'm not saying this to be mean to them, but they're already dead, and they want you to join them. They're already dead. You are vibrant. You are light. You are life. Enjoy your life. Go outside. Get some fresh air. Enjoy your life. Don't live in fear. These gang stalkers from the highest level to the lowest level are already dead, especially the ones on the highest levels, the coordinators, the planners, and the investigators. They're already dead. You're alive. Life is beautiful. Life is great. You know, enjoy your life. You know, don't be all scared, hiding in the corner, crying. Life is beautiful. Please enjoy it. And another thing, you are not liable for any injuries that the gang stalkers get while gang stalking you. So if the gang stalkers get injured or they get killed when they try to gang stalk you, you are not liable. Again, I'm going to repeat this. If the gang stalkers get injured or killed or damaged in any way by gang stalking you, you are not liable, because you did not tell them to follow you. You did not tell them to harass you. You're minding your own business. So when the gang stalkers do get killed or injured or damaged when they try to gang stalk you, you are not liable. And please, you know, do not do any harm to them. Remember, they want you to lash out. So they're already dead. And when they get damaged or injured or killed from gang stalking you, you are not liable for that. Remember, They could always stop anytime they want to. So you're not telling them to follow you. They choose to follow you. So you're not liable for any actions, any damages or fatalities that the gang stalkers receive when they harass you. So please, enjoy your life, live life. Don't even waste your time thinking about them. They're already dead. They're already defeated, and it's not because of you. They're dead and defeated because of this evil attack that they're doing. Anybody who's doing this evil attack, you have to be dead, most likely spiritually and mentally. And if they keep on continuing on gang stalking you, most likely they will end up physically dead, and you're not liable for that. So please live your life, enjoy it. Life is good, life is great, life is better. And remember, you are loved. Yes, you are loved. Don't let nobody trick you into thinking you're not loved. And you are also capable of giving love too. Remember that. Anyway, enjoy your life. Don't have a nice day. Make it a good day. Again, I'm going to repeat this to you. Do not have a nice day. Make it a good day.